What is going on, guys? This is Klutch once again, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Manual Mastery. Doing something a bit different today. Gonna kick off the trade into Ribery as you guys suggested I should, because I'm gonna be making improvements to my teams as I go along. As I said, starting off this episode with 56k, and as I said in the last episode, I was gonna sell that silver team, so that is exactly what I did. Put every single player up, tried to sell them for as much as I could get. Got 6k for Hovland, 900 coins for Pedersen, 2.2k for Gudetti. My Yuka only went for 83k. I bought him for 80k at the time, but there were some going for around 90k, so maybe I could have held out for a higher price, but I'm still happy with 83k for now. It's still a profit in a way, even though I could have made a bit more of a profit. But anyway, Corker went for 5.3k. I wasn't too sure about. I should have really checked the prices of these players before putting them up, because I have a feeling that I sold quite a few of them for under the price that they should have gone. Like Genus probably could have gone for more. Remy I made a 300 coin loss on. But we are going to start going into the deals. This is the first guy that I started trading with yesterday, which is a Ramon. Plays for Flamengo in the Liga do Brazil. The cheapest buy now at the time was around 7.1k, so I picked up this one for 4.3, knowing that I could make a decent profit on him. So I put him up for 7k, which is the lowest buy now. I'll make back. This was an absolute steal. I made some good trades with this guy in this episode. Got him for 2.1k, knowing that the lowest buy now was around 7.8, so I thought I'd stick him up for 7.5k and make 5,400 coins on him. Before tax. Obviously some of that will be taken off because of EA tax. PRE plays in the BBVA. He plays for Valencia and he's Argentinian. I bought him for 4.1k, knowing that the lowest buy now was 5.2, so I put him up for 5k. Only a small profit, but a profit is a profit nonetheless. Montoya, this was a decent deal, knowing that the lowest buy now was around 4.2k. I put him up for 4k, so I was going to make around 3,700 coins on that. Sorry, 2,700. McCleary doesn't seem to want to sell. Tete doesn't either, even though I've started his open bid 2k below the lowest buy now or anything like that. He's the cheapest on the market, but he still won't sell. Ramon sold for 7k, so I made a decent profit on him. Almeida also sold, which I knew would happen, because this is a good guy to trade with, and I knew that because I watched TJD FIFA's trading tips thing before I started, and I got another Almeida back for fairly cheap, 3.1k. Even he's a 4.42, so he probably won't go for 7.5. But I still decided to try it, see if anyone would go for it anyway. So we'll see if that sells, and we'd make another decent profit on him. As you can see, I picked up another absolute bargain. This was when Bale had just come out in packs, so I think people were just putting the players up for whatever price. Got him on an open bid for 2k, and I was happy with that, because I know I'm going to make a 2.5k, no, not a 2.5k, a 5.2, what the hell am I on? A 5.5k profit on that. This is another Montoya that I picked up. Once again, I'm going to put him up for 4k and look to make a decent profit on that, because I'm not that great at trading, but I started to find a few players that I think I'm going to try and trade with a lot more, because I can make a lot of profit on, and that's Almeida, Ramon and Montoya. PR is a bit variable. Sometimes he's around. You can't really make that much profit on him, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to trade with him. Jarestein, who was in the silver team, finally sold. I picked up an Anton Ferdinand as well, as you'll see in a second, after I relisted McCleary for what is the third time, I believe. This guy just doesn't want to sell, so I dropped his buy now down quite a bit, hoping that someone would buy him. I should really check the market and see what he's really going for. Almeida doesn't sell. Maybe it's because of his formation. He goes for a lot higher in a 4-1-2-1-2. Ferdinand I picked up for 2.8, knowing that the lowest buy now was around 3.8. So even though it was going to be just a little profit, I was still happy to make a few coins on that. But yeah, I put him up for 3.6, hoping that he'd sell. Realist Almeida back as well, because I know no matter what it'll still be a decent profit, because I bought him for 3.1k. Tete, once again, I decided to drop his buy now down quite a bit. I don't really want to make a loss on him, because he's the type of player that, well, he's an expensive player, and I don't want to make a loss on him. I bought him for 22k quite a while back, and I don't want to drop it that much. I might be forced to though, but as you can see, Anton Ferdinand sold. The 3 other cards didn't though. Another trading technique that I used, I'll put all the links to these videos in the description, was Goskino's 500 bin technique. Probably should have put that formation card up for a bit higher. And this is a second, well, 2 mistakes I've made here. The formation card I probably could have sold for a lot more, and Pogba I bought him for 10k, which was a pretty decent deal, but I was an absolute idiot and started him for the same price. I don't know why I did that. I made a major mistake here. I shouldn't have listed him up for 10k start, because as you'll see in a bit, he actually goes for 10k, so I'll make a loss on that because of EA tax. Shilio, or however you pronounce that, I absolutely just butchered that name. Got him for 6.4k. Gonna make a little profit on him, selling for 7.3 by now. And this guy that I got was Sal. Never heard of him before, but I haven't really used silvers that much this year, as you can probably tell from my last video, because I absolutely hate them. I can't play with them to save my life this year. But I picked him up for 21.25k, and the cheapest buy now was around 24. Well, no, it was 23.5. So I put him up for 23k. Also picked up another Pogba for 11k. I'm looking to sell these for around 13.5. And make a little profit on him, but that's what I'm going to put him up for now. I think I'm going to put him up for like 13.5k, 13.750. But as you can see, this Siglio, or however you pronounce that, sold for 7.3k. The formation card also sold, but I probably could have made a much bigger profit on that. Pogba sold for 10k, which is what I bought him for. Derp, what an absolute fail. And Sal also managed to sell. Pogba, McCleary, Almeida, and also another player that I just missed didn't actually sell, so I'm going to relist those now. Tete was the other one. I'm going to relist those, and hopefully they'll sell. If they don't sell in the next hour, then I'll put them up for 7 days, because as you know, I am going away for a week, and this is actually the last video until then, because YouTube's scheduled uploader is kind of unreliable, so I can't really trust in that. But at the end of this episode, we started off at 56k and we've ended with 180k, which isn't that bad. I did make most of it by selling my team though, so there's nothing really special in this episode. I'm going to try and get better at trading as this series goes along. That's what I wanted to do, get better at manual controls and also trading. But yeah, until next week guys, it has been Klutch. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm an absolute trading noob, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it. It's been Klutch. Peace, thanks for watching.